windows are cool, right? Everyone's big into windows. We've got windows now. You know, I like the heat mirror product, and Serious Materials have got these windows, and they've brought the U factors way down. You know, point. Wait, it's shush.
Who cares?
You in the South may not care, but us in the North, this is a big deal.
I'll admit it. Well, we're not talking about solar. Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead. No, we're talking about U factors. So, no, and you know, all these guys in the North are so obsessed with U factors. You know, why don't you just put less? Why don't you put fewer windows in? I mean, U factors. I mean, good U factors are okay, but I'm not going to put these. You know, there's no point in putting these triple glazed windows in, or these windows, those Serious windows, which are great windows.
Triple glazed windows should be the minimum.
Not where I live. Not where most, you know, people are moving from the north to the south. So more people live in the south.
So solar heat gain coefficient. So you don't care about efficiency of the window. I get it. Solar heat gain coefficient. We want that solar to come in. You know, right now the whole well, actually, we're really struggling with this one, right?
You know what I do like about one of the cool things when you have a high U factor, a low U factor, and a low solar heat gain, high solar heat gain coefficient in the north. The windows can actually perform better than the walls. Yeah. Which I really like that calculation, because you calculate the fact that when you get the solar gain, it actually works higher than the wall. In the south, we have another issue there.
So what you're saying is, in the south, you should be doing single pane glass with large overhangs.
Not single pane. I mean, except like Hawaii and maybe South Florida, you at least go to insulated glass.
You want at least insulated glass?
Yeah. You
want pane in a
storm? You know, it gets cold enough that you want a reasonably low U factor.
Okay.
You know, but you don't need. The cost benefit starts to just go, you know, the curve just goes so far up. Light colored roofs, reflective roofs, great in the south. We get this blazing heat, wonderful. There is nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with light colored roofs, reflective roofs. They can act as a radiant barrier.
Come on, man, really?
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe in the south, but absolutely, these things are downright dangerous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have experience with this?
No. You were with me. We were both at summer camp, and we heard the report.
I admit nothing.
White roofs. Cool roof technology, anything north of Chicago, absolutely should not be implemented. For the colder climates, this is the most dangerous thing that we've seen. What the Germans discovered was that there was an exponential growth in the amount of moisture that would be retained inside the sheathing. So that typically where the roof got hot, it would drive the moisture out of the sheathing, and then it would take on more moisture, and then it would drive it back out. Well, with the cool roof, it isn't getting hot enough. And that moisture is building and building and building. And like we all know, wood can get wet. That's not a big deal as long as it gets dry, but it wasn't drying. And they were looking at failures in under 2 years. North of Chicago is the line that the Germans are drawing.
That's super cold for us, buddy.
That may be super cold for you.
If we have to put on a sweater, it's super cold.
Pardon?
5% of the U.S. What about
5% of the U.S.? It's a heck of a lot more than 5% of the U.S. We got a beautiful map we'll show you.
They described was about 5%
No. It's Chicago. In fact, it cuts right just north of D.C., all of New York. I mean, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Ohio, that whole entire region. You know, they're suggesting that it is highly problematic and we shouldn't be doing it.
Good point. They're suggesting, and we've seen lots of research that shifts one way and then shifts back. So
this is the only one I saw that was looking at moisture content in sheathing, and that's where it gets scary.
Is it just because of the temperature, or is it because the metal roof?
Not metal. We're not talking about metal.
We're talking about light colored.
Light colored roof. Yeah. So a lot of membranes. A lot of people are going up and painting their membranes white. Well, moisture may be getting into the decking below, and now it's not drying back out. Now, metal roofs are the exception. It doesn't, yeah, you're going to hate this one, Peter. It doesn't matter if they're light or dark. The difference between a light colored and a dark colored metal roof was like 10 degrees. They got equally hot, and they drove all the moisture out. So if it's a metal roof, don't even bother with the light color in a hot climate. In fact, down here in the south, instead of doing them all light, you should be doing them dark. It wouldn't make any difference.
I don't remember that at all. That's,
yeah.
No.